Well, in case you haven't heard, Nintendo has officially revealed the Nintendo Switch 2. No surprise, it is very similar to the Switch, but it's kind of a formula that has just been working for them for the last, almost 10 years now. So it is what it is. There is some controversy, but overall, it'll probably be a pretty good console if I had to guess. Now, the thing with that is that the other two consoles of the big three, Xbox and PlayStation, it's probably a no-brainer to say that they have kept their eyes very much on this, just to see what's going on, because after all, Nintendo is a very big competitor for them, right? Like, that probably goes without saying, but I never have heard of this before, a rival console that after a console reveal, they have actually sent to their actual customers a survey that basically is trying to see, what their thoughts are on this new competitor console that has been revealed. Well, you see, that is allegedly exactly what has happened with PlayStation. So there is a Spanish leaker on Twitter or X. I don't know how to say his name, I'm going to be honest. Xtas, I think I'm just going to say that. So he has revealed in a post that allegedly Sony is sending out surveys asking customers what they think about the Switch 2. They're asking questions like, how much interest do you have in buying it? What's your opinion on the Nintendo Direct? What appeals to you most about the Switch 2? And what are your top 3 reasons for buying a Switch 2? And then he posted just one screenshot of what looks like 6 different questions and some of the answers that were listed for that, like in a multiple choice format. I cropped them out just to view one at a time. I apologize if some of them are kind of blurry, and for some of them, all of the answers are not actually shown. Some of them are actually cut off. That was just how the screenshot was taken. So the first of the 6 that was shown says that, as you may already know, Nintendo has announced the Switch 2, the successor to the Nintendo Switch. It's going to be releasing June 5th for $449 US. How interested are you in purchasing the Nintendo Switch? Now, this is kind of interesting. There's 2 thes. So, I don't know if that is maybe a possible indicator that this could possibly be fake, but I suppose everybody makes mistakes, especially if Sony just kind of rushed out this survey maybe like the day of the Switch 2 and the reveal that went with that. So I guess who really knows? Then they say, what aspects of the Switch 2 are you most interested in? And they list the game chat, the Joy-Con, different features like that. And then they say, please list your top 3 reasons for wanting to maybe buy the Switch 2. When thinking about the Nintendo Direct, Nintendo Switch 2 announcements, in what way has your opinion changed on Nintendo, PlayStation, and the broader gaming market? I think that's what it says. Like I said, this is kind of blurry. What do you think about the Switch 2 pre-order approach? Interesting enough, the answers for that were actually cut off in the screenshot. And then, it lists the same question again, one of the previous questions. In what way has your opinion changed on PlayStation, Nintendo, etc.? So that's really all we were given. Now, this post, by the way, was made yesterday. Obviously, if this is true, the survey was very likely pushed out maybe the day of the Switch 2 reveal, if not maybe the day after. A lot of questions are kind of coming up, though. Obviously, if this is true, how did they make their selection on who to send this survey to? But probably way more important than that, what are they going to actually do with this information? That's really up to anybody's guess, but I think obviously pretty rationally you could only assume that they would very likely apply the feedback they are going to get from this to their own gaming market, the PlayStation. What are they going to do with the PlayStation? What things are they going to change? Just these questions are probably going on right now with the higher-ups at Sony, so they are just allegedly asking these questions directly. I could only safely assume that if the answers kind of skew in a certain direction, maybe like if people are really thrilled about like the Joy-Con, for example, or other features like that, then maybe Sony, from that, would consider applying this to the PlayStation. Who really knows? It could just contribute to several ideas that they are having right now. Maybe they won't even do anything with it. It's anybody's guess. I'd really love to know if this is actually legitimate, because if so, it is quite interesting that a PlayStation would kind of be very direct about this, no pun intended, that they are curious on Nintendo's approach and possibly taking a few pages from their playbook.